There's a lot of talk happening today about Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, about when he was bludgeoned half to death and how Republicans mocked that violent attack against him. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember that Donald Trump mocked Paul Pelosi being bludgeoned. I'm old enough to remember that the MAGA nuts were spreading some rumor that Paul Pelosi was bludgeoned by a gay lover. I'm old enough to remember that Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., said he was going to a Halloween party as Paul Pelosi. I'm old enough to remember how the MAGA nuts, the MAGA nut party, and Donald Trump mocked the bludgeoning of an old man. They didn't send thoughts and prayers. They didn't denounce political violence. They didn't try to deter anything. They laughed at it, which incites more political violence. And now that the shoe is on the other foot, now the MAGA nuts are up on a high horse trying to talk down to the left and saying that they encouraged this political violence. You have Democrats like AOC, Joe Biden. I've seen several posts by leftists in corporate media who are publicly and loudly denouncing political violence, even against Donald Trump. In this moment, do you know who's not denouncing political violence? That would be the MAGA nuts, the ones who support Donald Trump. Not one of them has come out to denounce political violence. They've all come out to point fingers at people on the left. They've even pointed fingers at me. Why? Because that incites more political violence. And that's what they want. I'm just here to point out who's speaking against the violence and who's trying to incite the violence. And with that said, I want y'all to stay focused. I want y'all to stay steadfast. I want you all to ignore the chaos, the circus that they are trying to hoist upon us. Stay focused. Vote blue in November. We're voting against the chaos. We are voting against the propaganda. We are voting against the violence. We are voting against fascism. We are voting for democracy and freedom. I'll see y'all later.